Hello, Tim from Fair Play Now on the 20th of August 2021, and as you can see I'm back in my usual environment. So the camping trip has come to an end, and highly relaxing and restful it was too. And part of the attraction of it was I just felt completely free to wander and roam wherever I wanted to in the country, as is my right as a sovereign human being, as a sovereign man. And that is regardless of what any entity is trying to tell me, the government or whoever else it might be. And I know in this current moment we are relatively free as far as they're concerned, but as far as I'm concerned, I am free to do this whenever and wherever I like from this moment going forward. Having said that, I didn't really wander quite as far as I planned. I kind of left my brother's and then went to a campsite just up the road from him for the first night, and then the last 4 nights I've been in this place in Warwickshire, which you saw in previous videos. And I like the place so much that I just stayed there really, and just had little day trips out and sort of walks in the countryside and bits and pieces like that, a bit of sightseeing here and there. Actually, talking about sightseeing, the other day I made a video with me just sitting at the pub that was within walking distance. You had to go through the churchyard and then to the pub in this little village called Aston Cantlow. Well, that church, I didn't know this at the time, but according to the walking notes, I got some notes and a route for the walk I did, and according to that church that you saw in the previous video, I'll do a little bit of footage here as well, just to remind you, but that was where William Shakespeare's parents got married, in that very church, sort of getting on for not too far off, 500 years ago I guess it would be now. Interesting. So thought that was a nice little snippet of information. And yeah, it is like what I'd call a proper village, a proper countryside around there. And where I live here, it's really classified as a village, but it's just so close to lots of other villages and towns that it's almost semi-rural rather than rural. And really, so whereas this place, you had to drive a good 4 or 5 miles between sort of villages almost, so you just felt properly out in the countryside, and it's fantastic. You'd wake up in the tent and you'd hear sort of sheep barring away in sort of the fields. That's real sheep I'm talking about, real actual sheep I'm talking about, as opposed to the other kind, it's just nice waking up to hear those barring away, to wake up hearing the cockerels sort of doing their sort of morning wake up call, sort of pigeons in the trees, swans and chickens wandering around the campsite. And I'll tell you a funny little story. This morning when I was packing up my tent, I kind of had the back of the van opened up and I was sort of shoving everything in and loading everything up, including the tent. Finally got it all in, closed the back doors, and then I went to open the driver's door to get in and drive home, and I look in the driver's footwell, was a chicken sitting there. So just right there, it gave me a heck of a shock, I tell you. And she must have come in through the side door as I was loading up, unbeknownst to me, as I was folding up the tent, I guess, and sort of sort of made its way into the driver's footwell and was just sitting there happily until I opened the door, and then she soon sort of jumped out and off she went. Luckily, didn't seem to leave any calling cards, if you know what I mean, either. So yeah, I guess the point of this video is that it is just fantastic to get out, get away, and just to blow off a bit of steam and relax, and just always remember that that is your right, regardless of what any outside entity is telling you. It is your right to do that at any time. And the reason why I'm kind of labouring that little point is I've got another video that I'll be doing in a minute after I finish this one, and I'll be uploading them pretty much back to back, so you'll see that one sort of somewhere around this one, I guess. But I'll leave you with a little bit of curiosity there, ready to make your way over and watch that video. I'm only doing 2 videos today, so it'll be one of the 2 from today that you want to watch. But I tell you what, it's going to be very, very worth your while doing so. But I'll leave it there for this video. See you in the next. Tim from Fair Play Now. Thanks for watching.